my thing about Matthew Stafford. Last season, around this time, I made a video. This is when I first took YouTube serious. This is around this time last year. I made a video talking about why Matthew Stafford was a top 10 quarterback. And then this season, the big games has always been the thing that kills Matthew Stafford. I know people want to be like Matthew Stafford never had a team around him and stuff like that, never had the receivers. But then I look at guys like Aaron Rodgers, and I know many people might be like, "How you gonna compare Matthew Stafford and Aaron Rodgers?" Not really fair, and I get that. But Matthew Stafford is getting paid how much? He's one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL. So if he's one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL, then I have every right to compare him to other high paid quarterbacks in the NFL. So I mean, Matthew Stafford, he has to be able to win the big game. He proved it last year when he beat the New England Patriots. That was one of the most beautiful performances I ever saw against New England that season. Matthew Stafford was absolutely lights out in that game against New England. Just in my opinion, that was a very good game. But of course, Bill Belichick was going against a guy who pretty much knew, how to get to Tom Brady and Matt Patricia and the New England Patriots defense and whatnot. But that was a very splendid game by Matthew Stafford. But now, here's the thing. Matthew Stafford now has a team around him. He has receivers. I heard something about Marvin Jones saying something about if a player gets, it was something I read it earlier. It was like some crazy report about Matt Patricia. He said if a player gets injured, the injured player has to watch the game from the press box, something like that. I don't really know if anybody can confirm that or not. I don't believe it's true. I just think it's a bunch of all season jibber jabber. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about Matthew Stafford, but the dude played with several broken bones in his back. So I'm gonna give him respect while it's due. I'm giving respect because it's really tough to play with broken bones in your back, especially considering this dude didn't really have to play. The Detroit Lions season was basically over. He really didn't have to play. So the fact that he went out there, despite Detroit not really competing for a playoff spot, he could have been like, you know what, we're not competing for the playoffs. Just let me heal up, get it healthy. That's what Aaron Rodgers did and Cam Newton. But Matthew Stafford, he chose to play through, and I salute him for that. I salute him for that. As a Lions fan, I'm telling the NFC North.